Hello everyone, welcome to the Makri Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to continue with your same module, that is the business skills for e-commerce, and the chapter number 10, that is intranet and supply chain management. That is the next chapter, that is what is internet and what is supply chain management, how the supply chain management is done. Yeah, hello. 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 Yeah guys, are you able to hear me? Hello. Yeah, sure. So that is chapter number 10, that is how to or what is internet and what is supply chain management. So let's start the session, let's start the topic, let's start the chapter. So these are the various contents in this chapter. First of all, there is an objective, that is the objective of the intranet or objective of the chapter. Then introduction to the internet. What is the internet? Why we are using the internet? Advantages of internet, disadvantages of internet. Introduction to supply chain management. That is what is the supply chain management? Features of supply chain management, components of supply chain management. So introduction, features, components of the same topic, that is a supply chain management. Bullwhip effect and supply chain management, managing supply chain, that is how to manage the supply chain. Then e-marketplace, then internet and supply chain management, that is how internet is related to the supply chain management. Then measuring the supply chain, advantages of internet, e-commerce integrated supply chain, disadvantages using supply chain, ERP and the supply chain management, summary, keywords, self-assessment questions, and then the readings means the books of the this topic, that is the supply chain management. So these are the various 18 topics in this chapter. So this is lengthy chapter. So let's start with the objective. That what is the objective? This says supply chain has been reviewed as an inflexible series of events. Inflexible means that cannot be changed from one place to another place. That cannot be changed from as per my requirement. So that is an inflexible series of events. That is a sequence of events, a multiple of events that somehow manage to get products out the door. It often involved questionable inventory forecast, that is maybe supply chain may be involved the questionable inventory forecast, a rigid manufacturing plan, and hypothetical shipping schedule. So that may involve any method, that may be a shipping schedule, that may be a manufacturing plan, because that contains multiple supply chain, multiple series of events. So that is the supply chain. Intranet and internet enhances the supply chain performance. That is with the use of either internet, that is a collection of networks, that is a geographical network, geographical area network, or intranet, that is a local area network, also increases or also enhances the supply chain performance, and supply chain is critical to e-commerce success. As the supply chain evolves in the manufacturing or in the information age, the internet's capability to support tight coordination between business and channel partners. That this says as the supply chain involves in the information age, that is as the supply chain increases their demand in the IT field, the internet capabilities to support tight coordination between business and channel partners. After going through this lesson, that is after covering or after going through this lesson, you will be able to understand, the concepts like concept of the intranet, that is what is the intranet, explain the concept of supply chain management, as I told you, define various components of supply chain management, identify the reason for bullshit effects, various advantages and disadvantages of internet integrated supply chain management, then explore the relationship between the ERP and the supply chain management. That is, what is the relationship between the ERP, that is entrepreneur relationship processing, and the supply chain management. That is, what is the relationship between the ERP and the supply chain management. So let's start with the first topic, that is the intranet. As I told you, intranet means a local area network. means a local boundary network, that is a within a building. If I say there is a network that is known as intranet. So intranet is a kind of system information which changes the paradigm of network computer today. So internet is a kind of system information. It is a kind means it is a type of system information that provides the system information which changes the paradigm of network computer today. Internet using internet, that is someone if uses the internet based for the intranet applications to provide and access the information. As I told you, whenever there is a network within a building, that is a local network, that is known as the intranet. Those applications are World Wide Web, that is internet applications are World Wide Web, email, news group, file transfer protocol. So these are the various internet applications that intranet uses for their processing, for their information access. Various applications like www, email, FTP, web video conferencing. We have studied all these various applications in the previous chapter. As the internet, which is a worldwide network of interconnected computers, internet is used only in internal networking in the organization. This is the most important line. Internet is a worldwide web collection of interrelated network or interconnected computers. That is, whenever I say internet, that is a collection of interconnected computers. And when I say intranet, that is used in internal networking in the organization, that is only used for an organization. Suppose I am an employee of Mercury Solutions. In this organization there is a network that is known as intranet, and when I access my application, that is a GoToMeeting application, and I am talking to you, that is a internet. So whenever I use the network of my organization for doing any purpose, for doing any application, that is a intranet. And when I supplied information to you with the use of web-based application, with the use of GoToMeeting software application, that is done by the internet. So internet is nothing but a worldwide web collection of interconnected computers, and intranet is a local area network that is connected within an organization. This internal working can be a LAN. As I told you, that may be a local area network to a WAN. That is, it may include the LAN, it may include the WAN. An intranet is a self-contained internal network linking multiple users by means of IT, by means of internet technology. So suppose me and my colleague are working together. We may communicate with each other with the help of the internet, because we are the employee of the same organization, and in organization there is an internet. So if I want to explain the intranet, that is a self-contained internal network linking of multiple users by means of internet technology. In effect, internet puts a fence around the internet limitless territory, establishing control access sectors within which users can communicate freely and interact. Built and managed by the companies or organizations. As I told you, that internet is built by the various organizations. This network resides on the www that enables a cross-platform communication among authorized users in real time. Then next paragraph says, intranet are such are not a new idea. In fact, some of the most commonly used internet applications such as bulletin boards, that is the BBS, and the commercial access services such as AOL are in effect large-scale intranet. That is, this is not a new technology, this is not a new term that is using. This is simply a usage, or this is simply a bulletin board that is mostly used by the large-scale internet. That is, they link, that is, they means the intranet link designated group of users whose access to a given internet site is determined by the password or other user recognized mechanism. This is the example, that is, whenever anyone can access the network, when anyone can access the network within an organization, that is done by the intranet. Now, what are the advantages of intranet? Why large scale organizations also uses the intranet? So this says the result of the implementation of an intranet within an organization can be dramatic. Advantages of intranet include, so what are the advantages of intranet? The first advantage is that internet is used within an organization for their boundaries. So it is used within organizations for their boundary, for their limitations. So one of the advantages is that it reduces the time, it reduces the learning curve in accessing the information that is used for a variety of systems. That is a reduced learning curve in accessing information held in a variety of systems. Then the abolishment of geographic and departmental compartmentalizations. Users are only a phone call away. All they need is a computer system with a modem, ISP account, and a phone line access to access organization information. This is one of the major advantages of internet. Suppose my boss wants to convey some information. He or she cannot take the meeting because he or she have not had time for taking the meeting. Then he or she was what to do? Put the information with the help of the intranet so that every employee should get the same information separately within a content form, within a proof form. So that also occupies, or that also use the information, that is internet passes the information within an organization if there is a organization information. Then a dynamic space. A dynamic space means movement or the flexible space that enables local and global groups to collaborate and do business effectively and efficiently. The next is low deployment and maintenance cost. So there is no maintenance cost. There is if I says no maintenance cost, that is not a good. Why? Because if something wrong can happen, that is modem get sparks, so that is also a cost bearing. So there is a low maintenance cost as compared to the internet, but there is a cost that going on like maintenance cost, deployment cost. Then this is browser based, then ease of publishing, ease of using, then low cost, that the traditional development alternative, easy to use, user friendly, attractive with high pay backup, scalability, easiness or of developing, that is easy to develop, easy software distribution, that is based on the standard, that is based on the protocol, based on the rules regulation, easy to change, easily customize as per the user requirement, good performance, well suited for most applications, that is mostly suited for the web based applications that is used in day-to-day scenarios. Then disadvantages of intranet, that is what are the disadvantages of intranet, that is the next topic. Till now we have studied what are the advantages of intranet. Now this is the disadvantages of intranet. Why? Because as I told you, if there are some advantages, there are some disadvantages also. So now let's see what are the disadvantages of intranet. First point says collaborative applications for intranet are not as powerful compared to the ones that is offered by the traditional groupware. That is the collaborative applications. If I want to use some application that is not perfectly occupied, that is not perfectly uses, or that is not perfectly done in the case of intranet as compared to the powerful internet. Here it may be said that intranet do not have built-in data application or directory services for remote users, whereas groupware's packages such as Lotus Notes do. Then next is short-term risk, that is there are short-term risk in case of intranet also, because there are so many tools that are limited, because that is limited to only the organization. So there are so many tools that is limited in the content of the intranet. So there are limited tools for linking an internet based service to databases or other backend mainframe based application. Programming standards for the web such as CGI and Java are fairly new and just maturing. The next is less backend integration. Less backend integration means there is low backend integration, there is low setup maintenance, there is low firms have to maintain the setup, and firms have to set up and maintain the separate applications such as email and web browsers. As I told you, with the use of intranet, the employees may communicate with each other, but for communication purpose they want some software, they want some server, they want some email applications. So They maintain or for using the intranet, the firms, organizations have to set up and maintain separate applications such as email and web server instead of using one modified system as with groupware. The advantages as could be seen outweigh the disadvantages and hence useful for many type of applications. That is, advantages are more better or more than the disadvantages of internet. So every or most of the organizations, most of the large scale industries are using the internet nowadays for doing their operations. So we have studied about the intranet, that is a local area network that is within the organization within a local area. We have studied about the advantages of intranet. We have studied about the disadvantages of intranet. Now the next topic is supply chain management, that is introduction to the supply chain management, that is what is supply chain management. So first of all, background of the supply chain management, that is what is the background or what is the history behind the supply chain management. So this says over recent years the phenomenon of supply chain has generated enormous interest. The root of the preoccupation may be traced in the early 1980s. That is, the supply chain management can start from the 1980s and increasingly lackluster performance from many of the West blue chip corporations. Suddenly, the inefficiencies of the very corporations that had both spearheaded and epitomized power capitalized development were exposed. Corporations such as Ford, General Motors and IBM were found seriously wanted that they were comprehensively outmaneuvered by an emerging group of Asian rivals. This is the history. This is the background that every organization must want a supply chain management. Why? Because whenever there is a supply chain management, those supply will be created or chain will be created, and there is a proper management, so that one person is linked to another person is linked to the another person. So if I'm saying in an organization, there are multiple departments, so there are multiple chains, there are multiple levels. One is production department, sales department, trainer department, marketing department. There are various departments, there are various levels of the organization, there are various levels in the organization. The next is changes in the social division of labor. Next topic is what is the impact of changes in social division of labor. The first concern the link between the production system and the social division of labor, which may be defined as the allocation of people to different firms or units of production. As I told you, different peoples are allocated within a firm within a different departments. That is the changes in the social division of labor. From the Industrial Revolution until the 1960s, there was an apparently inexorable growth in the size of lead firms. This trend was seen across many parameters like market share, levels of employment, physical assets, and so on. So it depends whether it depends whether it may be a market share, what is the market share, what is the level of employment, physical assets, and so on. For this reason, lead firms were increasingly equated with the production system. In practical terms, this was largely correct. However, it was conceptually flawed. Considerable importance was therefore focused on the large firms. Now, changes in the technical division of labor. So one is changes in the social division of labor, then changes in the technical division of labor. Herein lies a second misconception. Firms, whether large or small, are effectively only vessels for different elements of the technical division of labor, and it is these rather than firms that defines the production process. Firms are merely organizing units. So there is also a technical division of labor that also occupies the supply chain management. This is the organizations or industrial organization in 1960s. There is a single person that is communicated with single person, communicated with next person, communicated with next person. But in 1990s, there are multiple divisions, like this is one at the peer level, another person, and the same person is communicated to another person. So this one person is communicated to two persons. and this person is also communicated to two person, this is communicated to single person. So there is a uh, different change in the criteria, different change in the division of labor, that is a dynamic division of labors. So this is the production system, this is the production system, this is the unit within the social division of labor with unit within the technical division of labor, then material flow within the production process. In fact, tasks can potentially be distributed across the social division of labor in many different permutations. That is, it can be divided into multiple parts, it can be divided into multiple backgrounds. Then what is the complexity of production processes? That is, complexity means what is the main hurdle in the production processes. This is underlying this transformation were important development within the technical division of labor. Simply put, the number of identifiable tasks within many organizations, within many production processes instead or increased exponentially. Products became ever more complex, and for the most part, they came to depend upon an increasing range of technologies and competences. For example, in constructing motor vehicles, so whenever there is a construction of the motor vehicle, there is now a requirement to draw heavily upon the computer electronic industry and those with the wherewithal to design state of air conditioning system. So whenever I want to construct the motor vehicle, in constructing the motor vehicle, there is now a requirement to draw the heavily upon the computer electronic industry. Why? Because whenever there is a development of the motor vehicle, whenever there is a construction demand for constructing the computer vehicle or motor vehicle, so there is a need for the computer electronics industry. So there is a heavy demand for the computer electronic industry and those with the wherewithal to design state of air conditioning system. That is, there is a requirement for the air conditioning system that is uses the electronic industry. Add to this the new disciplines of ergonomics, high level safety and digitalized sound and the growing complexity of the production process surrounding the motor car become apparent. This rapid increase in the number of tasks is mirrored across the majority of product line. So whenever there is a demand, there is a flexibility in the terms of the different organization, there is a flexibility in terms of the production lines. Now the next is the changing nature of demand. That is, a changing nature of demand means due to the demand increases, the nature becomes change. Whenever there is a less demand, the nature becomes change. So however, to this must be added a further set of processes that is relating to the changing nature of demand. The vertically integrated corporations was manifestly ill-equipped to respond flexibly and efficiently to an emerging corpus of highly demanding customers or consumers. With an elaborate technical division of labor. So if there is a technical division of labor, the cost of coordination is very high because every person is using the technical terms, every person is using the technical supports, technical things. So the production cost is also very high, or the coordination cost is also very high. Compounding this and with the need for flexibility and responsiveness revealed further inherent weakness within the organization form. So there is a changing nature of the demand. If there is a high demand, there is a high cost, there is a high coordination cost that becomes the high in case of the good organization or large scale organizations. Then next is emergence of novel organizations or organizational forms. That is, what is the usage of or emergence means that is usage or emergence increased demand of the novel organization forms. So there are multiple rules whether they may use the economic order, whether they may use the violated order. Then conceptually there is a technical division of labels, and if there is a more elaborate technical division of label, the Asian industrial grouping were able to succeed between the technical and the social division of labor. Then a new focus on the supply chain, that is a main focus on the supply chain. The giant corporations have not, however, been slow to respond. Over the last decade, many have sought to downsize. to focus on their core competencies and then to outsource all other elements of the production process. In so doing, they have reduced their overhead costs. So whenever there are multiple elements for outsourcing the production process, so there is a low overhead cost. They have also shed much of the risk that surrounding NPD while retaining, if not enhancing, their ability to innovate. So whenever there is a demand for the risk surrounding, or whenever there is a more demand, more risk than NPD, or while surrounding the NPD, so by drawing on specialized expertise within the supply chain, the parameters for invocation or innovation have broadened considerably. And there is a demand for the supply chain management that is respond to provoke rapid changes in the market conditions. Then next is radical reconstructing. That is, a radical reconstructing means that is, a supply chain is converted, or supply chain has been reconstructed, or there is a demand for the reconstructing of the supply chain. The reconstructing that has occurred has been truly radical. Apart from anything else, it has compelled firms to engage proactively in both the creation and management of viable supply chains. So apart from anything else, apart from anything done, it has compelled the programs or firms, it has compelled the various organizations to engage proactively. Engage proactively means engage in a new fashion in both the creation and management of viable supply change or supply change. So it affects the various organization, it affects the various industry to proactively engage in various organization. So it is wrong to assume that suitable supply chain partners simply exist, or that managing relationships so as to affect cost savings and invocation is straightforward. Supply chain relations may be managed in innumerable ways depending on the nature of production process and the underlying competitive position. Therefore, the form and nature of buyer-seller relationship in the food industry differ from those in the various organizations from various industries, that is from defense. So it depends on the level of the production process. What is the level of the production process? What is the nature of the production process? What is the nature of the industry? So it depends upon the industry to industry, or it depends on the nature of the production process, that what type of supply chain management is done, or what type of supply chain relation is done. So it depends on the food industry to industry, depends on the relationship between the industry to industry. Nevertheless, the rationale for developing such an organizational matrix invariably reflects the development in the technical division of labor described above. In terms of supply chains, many developments have been premised on advantage within the area of information technology. That is, whenever there is a demand for supply chains, the development have been premised on advantage, that is the whenever there is a development of supply chain management, there is a new terms of IT that have been used, like intranet, internet, EDI, that is electronic data interchange, ISDN network, and so on, that have all facilitated the spatial and organizational separation of different elements of the production system. While it is important not to overstate the role of IT within the reconstructing process, advantages in this domain have certainly rendered novel organization possibilities feasible. So this paragraph only says whenever there is a supply chain management, whenever there is a demand for the supply chain management, that for creating the supply chain, there is also a demand of the internet application. There is also a demand of the internet based concepts like internet, IT, EDI, ISDN network, and so on. Then the next topic is definition of supply chain management. That is the first what is supply chain management? That is the SCM. So it is a process of planning, implementing, and controlling the operations of supply chain with the purpose to satisfy customer requirement as efficiently as possible. So read it carefully, line by line, word by word. It is a process of planning. So first of all, plan, then implement and control the various operations of supply chain. So first of all, there are three terms: supply chain management, that is how to manage the supply chain, how to manage the chain that supplied, or if there is a chain for supply purpose. So how to manage that chain, that is a supply chain management. So first of all, there is a planning. So it is a process of planning, implementing and controlling the operations of supply chain. So first of all, there is a plan for supply chain, implement supply chain, and then control the supply chain, so that the, or what is the main purpose, with the purpose to satisfy the customer requirement as efficiently as feasible as possible. So with the purpose to satisfy customer requirement as efficiently as possible. Supply chain management spans all movement and storage of raw material, work in process inventory and finished goods from point of origin to point of consumption. So supply chain management spans means supply chain management uses all the movement and storage of raw material, work in progress or work in process inventory, finished goods from point of origin, that is the starting phase of the supply chain, till the last stage or the last person of the consumption. So it also spans means it also moves from one part to the another part, from the starting point to the ending point. So this spans all movement and storage of raw material. So first of all, there is a raw material, then work in process, finished goods from the point of origin to the point of consumption. Next paragraph says, some experts differentiate the supply chain management and the logistic management, while the other consider to be an interchangeable. From the view from the point of view of an enterprise, the scope may be bounded on a supply chain by your suppliers, suppliers, and on the consumer side by the customer. Supply chain management is a category of the software product. Now, what are the various problems that must address by the supply chain management, or what are the problems that is resolved by the supply chain management, or what are the problems or supply chain management must address the following problems. First of all, distribution network configuration. So supply chain management also resolves a problem of the distribution network configuration. So if there is any problem in the configuration purpose in distributing the content, that is a distribution network configuration. So supply chain management must focus the object, must follow the object, or must resolve the problem on the distribution network configuration, that is a number and location of suppliers, production facilities, distribution centers, warehouses and customers. Then distribution strategy. This is the next problem. This is the also the problem, that is a distribution strategy. So what strategy of the distribution must be taken care of, that is also covered by the supply chain management. Whether uses the centralized, whether uses the decentralized, whether there is a direct shipping, cross docking, pull of push strategies, third party logistics. The next is information, that is what type of information must be processed, that is integrate the systems and processes through the supply chain to share valuable information, including demand signals, forecast, inventory and transportation. So what type of supply chain management is done, or what type of information is addressed with the use of the supply chain, so that it can be suitable for the problem or for the users. Then inventory management. This is also the problem that is resolved by the supply chain management. That is the inventory management. How to maintain the stock, how to maintain the inventory. That is the quantity and location of inventory, including raw material, work in progress and the finished goods. Now next is supply chain management B2B. That is how supply chain management is used with B2B, or business to business supply chain management. Few business fads have peaked and plummeted with the rapidly of IT. in general and B2B e-commerce and e-marketplaces more specifically. Energized by the success of computer auction sites and by saving from early e-procurement efforts, industry exchanges took off in mid-1980. By the end of 2000 year, more than 1500, that is 1500 e-market have been announced. They range from independent multi-industry exchanges to vertical consortia led by the industry giants, and more were aimed at the direct strategic material. This paragraph is nothing but says that most of the organizations also uses the supply chain management, and whenever there is a usage of the B2B, or whenever there is a linking of the B2B, that is one business is linked to with the another business, that is a B2B material, that is also used, or that is also focused by the, or that is also used the supply chain management. So in case of B2B, that is the business to business, or whenever there is a demand of the business to business, so that also occupied the supply chain management. And there are many relationships like one-to-many networks are easier to make work than the many-to-many model of consortia exchanges that are predicted to offer no more than actions, spot buy and access inventory services for at least next 2 years. The real power of the private exchanges lies in streamlining existing relationships, including those with resellers, distributors and logistic providers. Then next is the changing face of business. That is, from the traditional approach, no matter how good the product, the first step is to get the supply chain in order. So whenever there is a traditional approach, so whenever there is a traditional approach, no matter how good the product, so no matter what is the product, simply the first step is to create the supply chain or get the supply chain in order. Next, a business must hire a seasoned purchasing manager to aggressively deal with material and service provider so that cost can be brought in line. Then the enterprise must find dynamic sales and marketing personnel to drive finished product into the hands of the customer. So first of all, whenever there is a demand of the traditional approach, so no matter what is the product, no matter what is the good, the first step is to create the supply chain. But nowadays, in the new approaches, there is no supply chain in particular. That is, there is no usage of the supply chain only, but there is also usage of the production system, marketing personnel, finished products in the hands of the consumers. Success hinges on maneuvering, outperforming, and outwitting everyone perceived as a competition. Although this may be the traditional approach, it is only the way. It is not only the way. A lot of thinking companies are beginning to look at an approach that defines the convention. And traditional supply chain would push out a fixed lines of one size fits all items. So whenever there is a differentiation of the traditional system, whenever there is a demand of the traditional system, so there is a consumer buying, or there is a consumer disadvantages that offers a supply chain management. Now next topic is features of supply chain management. If I say SCM, that is a planning, processing and controlling the supply chains, that is known as the supply chain management. So what are the features of supply chain management? In e-commerce, that is in electronic commerce, this SCM has the following features. That is, SCM has the following qualities in the e-commerce. This is most important. An ability to source raw material or finished goods from anywhere in the world. That is, SCM has a capability, that is supply chain management has a capability to take the raw material from any of the source, or has an ability to source the raw material, to get the raw material or finished goods from anywhere in the world, no matter it is available in any of the country. So there is an ability from the SCM side to source the raw material or finished goods from anywhere in the world. SCM is a centralized global business and management strategy with flawless local execution. So SCM is a centralized way global business and the management strategy with flawless local execution. Next point is online real-time distributed information processing to the desktop, providing total supply chain information visibility. Online means SCM is online real-time distributed information processing. Why it is online? Because everything is online. And why it is known as real time? Because the time is very crucial in this process, or time is very crucial in the SCM. So it's an online real-time distributed information processing to the desktop that provides total supply chain information visibility. Next is the ability to manage information not only within a company but across the industries and enterprises. So SCM has also the ability, or also provides the ability to manage the information not only within a company. That is, SCM is not limited to the company, but it is also used across the industry or the enterprises. This is also one of the major feature of the SCM. Then the seamless integration of all supply chain processes and measurements. That is, SCM also uses, or also has the seamless integration, that is integrate the supply chain processes and measurements including third-party supplier, information systems, cost accounting standards and measurement systems. The development and implementation of an accounting model such as activity-based costing that link cost to performance are used as a tool for cost reduction. A reconfiguration of the supply chain organization into high-performance teams going from shop floor to the senior management. That is also a supply chain management feature. That is the reconfigure of the supply chain organization into high-performance teams. Now, next topic is components of supply chain management. As I told you, there are multiple parts like planning, processing, controlling. So let's see what are the components of supply chain management that brings together or that forms together the supply chain management. So what are the various components? This says supply chain management is a combination of art and science that goes into improving the way your company finds a raw material it need to make a product or service and deliver to the customer. So SCM is a combination of art and science. Combination of art and science means it is a combination of the art as well as the science, because there are some drawing parts, there are some logic parts. So it is a combination of art and science that goes into improving the way your company finds. So combination of art and science that goes into improving the way your company finds the raw material it needs to make their products. So it has a raw material that makes a new product or service and deliver it to a customer. So it includes the art as well as the science, that is some picture based questions, some graphs, some theories, some logics, that is a science that goes into improving the way your company finds the raw material it needs to make a product or service and it delivers to the customer. The following are the 5 basic components of SCM. 5 basic components means 5 parts of the SCM. First is plan. So that is the first part. First of all, what is the plan? This is the strategic portion of the SCM. That is, this is the first portion of the SCM. You need a strategy for managing all the resources that go towards meeting customer demand for your product or service. So this is the first portion of SCM is this is the first part, strategic portion of SCM, in which the strategy is defined, in which we plan for the supply chain or chaining the supply. You need a strategy for managing all the resources that go towards meeting customer demand for your product or service. A big piece of planning is developing a set of matrices to monitor the supply chain. That is, a big piece of planning is, or the first step of planning is developing a set of metric. Developing a set of metric means developing a standard metric to monitor the supply chain, to see the supply chain so that it is efficient, costless, and delivers high quality and value to the customers. So it is efficient, costless, and delivers, that is less cost, and delivers high quality and values to the customer. So first step is the plan out. So plan out keeping in mind various features like less cost, efficiency, high quality, valuable to the customers. So plan out something, plan out the supply chain by keeping into consideration various features, by using various metrics. Metrics means by using various hit and try. If I use this one, then it is a result. If I use this one, this is the result. So big piece of planning is developing a set of matrices to monitor the supply chain. Then this is the first step, planning. Next step is source. That is, choose the suppliers that will deliver the goods and services you need to create your product. So first of all, choose the supplier who is the first person, who is the origin of the supply chain, who wants to supply something. So first of all, choose a supplier that will deliver the goods and services you need to create your product. Develop a set of pricing, delivery, and payment processes with suppliers. So develop a set of pricing. So what is the price that the supplier offered? Delivery and payment processes, that is how to deliver a product. And the payment processes, that is what is the payment mode with the supplier, and create a metric for monitoring and improving the relationship. That is, create a metric means create a metric or create a term or create a plan for monitoring and improving the relationship. That is, first of all monitor and then improve the relationship. And put together processes for managing the inventory of goods and services you receive from suppliers, including shipment, verifying them and transferring them to your manufacturing facilities, and authorizing suppliers payments. So second one is source, that is from where the origin comes, that is what is the source, or from where the beginning is there, that is a supplier. So in second step, choose the supplier for various operations, for creating a relationship, for managing the relationship, and also it also includes the various payment procedures, shipment, verifying them, transferring them to the manufacturing facilities, and authorizing the suppliers payments. Then plan is done, source is also done. Now next is make, that is a manufacturing step, that is a making the product. That is, making means building the product, that is a manufacturing step, that is a manufacture the product. Schedule the activities necessary for production, testing, packaging, and preparation for delivery. That is schedule the activities, or scheduling for the activities that is necessary for production. So that is a making process or making step. So first of all there is a production, then testing, packaging, and preparation for delivery. So first of all, produce the goods, manufacture the product, test the product whether it is applicable or not, packaging the product, that is package the product, and preparation for delivery, that is delivered to the end users. As the most metric intensive portion of supply chain, measure quality levels, production output, and worker productivity. That is also a manufacturing step. So schedule the activity for the production, testing, packaging, and the delivery. Then next is deliver. This is the part that many insiders refers to as logistics. So whenever there is a shipment of the product, receipt of the products, delivery of the products, that is known as the logistics. So coordinate the receipt of order from customers, develop a network of warehouses, pick carriers, to get product to customers and set up an invoicing system to receive the payments. So that is the next step, that is a delivery step. So this is the part that most of the users or most of the insiders, most of the persons refers to as logistics. So coordinate the receipt of order from the customer. That is coordinate with the customers, get the receipt of the order from the customers, develop a network of warehouse, that is develop a storage for the warehouse, pick the carriers to get the products to the customer and set up an invoicing system to receive the payments. That is deliver the products, set up the payments, satisfy the customers and deliver a mode to get the payment from the customer. Now next is return. That is a problem part, that is a very problematic problem part of the supply chain. Create a network for receiving defective and excess products back from the customer. So there is also a chain, there is also a network, there is also a line that must be received or that must be taken care for receiving the defective and excess products. Suppose I supply many products to the customer and from that there are some defective products and there are some products that is in excess. So there should be a network that is maintained for receiving the defective and excess products back from the customers and supporting customer satisfaction who have problems with delivered products. That is, there are some customers who have some problem after delivering the product, so create a network for such things for returning purpose. This is the first step. So these are the 5 steps. First of all, plan out, then source, who is the supplier, then make, that is a manufacturing step, that is making the supply chain, deliver the product, then return the product or create a network for returning the product. That is a 5 steps means that is the 5 parts of the components of the supply chain management. Now next step is bullwhip effect and supply chain management. That is what is the effect of bullwhip with the use of supply chain management. That is the next topic. So first of all, let's take a break, then move to this topic, that is bull effect and relation to the supply chain management. So let's take a break first of all, then move to this topic, that is the bull effect and the supply chain management. So let's take a break right now. So come back from the break. Now let's start the session again. Then the next topic is bullwhip effect and the supply chain management. That is how bullwhip effect or bullwhip effect is related to the supply chain management. So this says the main objective of supply chain management is to provide a high velocity flow of high quality relevant information that will enable suppliers to provide an uninterrupted and precisely timed flow of material to customers. So what is the main target of supply chain management? It's to provide a high velocity flow of demand. High velocity means high pace of flow of demand, regular flow of high quality relevant information that will enable the suppliers to provide an uninterrupted and precisely timed flow of material to the customers. So it is a high velocity flow of high quality relevant information that is provided to the customers in an uninterrupted way and precisely timed way. However, unplanned demand oscillations, including those caused by the stockouts in the supply chain execution process, creates distortion which can wreak havoc up and down the supply chain. That is, if there is an unplanned demand, that is, if there is a sudden demand of the supply chain, that is also facilitates or that also creates the problems in the and can weak the supply chain and can moves down the supply chain management. There are numerous causes often in combination that will cause these supply chain distortions to start what has been known as the bullwhip effect. So this is one of the distortion, one of the hurdle, one of the challenge that is available in the supply chain management. So that one of the distortion is known as the bullwhip effect. While the devil is usually buried in the detail, as in the case here, the most common general drivers of these demand distortions are. So what are the most common general driver that is used is the demand distortions, that is customers sales, policies, systems, promotions, marketing, processes, supply. So these are the most general drivers of the demand distortion. So what is the main demand? That is a general distortion. This unplanned for demand results in a disturbance or lump of demand, which may minor blip for many. One customer oscillates back to the supply chain that results in huge and costly disturbances at the supplier end of the chain. So there is a high demand, there is a high chain, there is a high supply chain, that is results the disturbances at the supplier end of the chain. Often, these demand oscillation will launch a mad scramble in manufacturing with the need to acquire and expedite more raw material and reschedule the production. So there is a mad scramble that is used in the manufacturing with the need to acquire and expedite. That is, there is a need for acquiring purpose, there is a need for the new material that we taken care of, and there is a reschedule of the production. That is, a reschedule production means there is a more demand for the rescheduling the production. The bullwhip effect has been in the past been accepted as normal and in fact thought to be an inevitable part of the order to delivery cycle. So this is one of the this is in past it has been accepted as a normal effect and in fact thought to be an inevitable part of the order to delivery cycle. Yet the negative effect on business performance is often found in excess inventories. That is, what is a negative if effect on business performance is often found in excess inventories, quality problems, higher raw material cost, overtime expenses, and the shipping cost. So there are various negative impacted that also faces that also uses in the business performances. In the worst case scenario, in the worst case means in the bad scenario, bad case, customer service go down, lead time strength lengthen, sales are lost, cost go up, and capacity is adjusted. So there are so many scenarios, there are so many situations, there are so many blunders that will taken care of whenever there is a bull effect that is applied or that is used in the supply chain management. An important element to operating a smooth flowing supply chain is to mitigate and preferably eliminate the bull effect. So there is a proper element that must be used, that is used to operate a smooth flowing supply chain, that is used for the smooth supply chain, that is to mitigate and preferably eliminate the bullwhip effect. So there must be one of the measure that is taken care of to mitigate, that is to lower and preferably eliminate the bullwhip effect. Now understand the causes. So first of all, understand what is the main cause, why there is a bull effect or bullwhip effect that is considered or that is taken care or that is included or that involved in the supply chain management. So it is important for management to understand the causal factors that create supply chain oscillations. So what are the various examples that what are the various causes that will make the bullwhip effect? What are the various examples? So first of all said, or first point says, how does sporadic sales promotions impact demand patterns, cost and margins? So this is the first question. That is, many companies that conduct the sales promotion that affect current machinery, current inventory and supply pipeline that do not understand the impact on quantitative and qualitative basis of what their sales promotion policies and practices actually do. After gaining a complete and accurate understanding of what sales promotion do for you and yours. A common complaint from manufacturing side and a common reason for destroyed distribution that causes the supply chain are unforecasted and unknown sales promotion. That is one of the major challenge, that there is a unknown sales promotion that taken care of the supply chain management. These unplanned for sales promotions event triples or ripple throughout the supply chain, creating excess cost which border as an incalculable. That is, there is a difficulty in calculating the cost for the supply chain management. Next is next factor is, are you does your sales incentive plan contribute to demand distortion? So this is the question. So the next question is, does your sales incentive plan contribute to demand distortion? So if there is a distortion in the demand, does your sales incentive plan, so if there are some plans for the sales purpose, so sales incentive plans contribute to the demand distortions or not? Sales target, quotas and commission accelerators when applied to an extended quota period such as 3 months will often cause demand distortion. Management needs to examine the rationale for sales incentive. That is, it is the responsibility of the management to examine the rationales, to examine the processes for sales incentives to be based on shorter intervals rather than 3 months or longer. Typically, shorter measurement periods promote a smoothing of demand resulting in decreased ordering lumps resulting in damping of bullwhip effect. So this is next question, that is does your sales incentive plan contribute to the demand distortion or not? Next, are you the victim of false order and subsequent cancellations? This is the next question, that are you the victim of false order and subsequent cancellation? So this is also one of the major cause that can raise to the bullwhip effect. Two common causes for the false orders are, so if there is any false order, what are the main causes? The customer does not have confidence in your ability to rapidly and reliable supply product. That is, customer does not satisfy with your demand, with your supply. So does not have confidence in your capability, in your ability to rapidly and reliably supply the products. In other words, your customers do not believe you will ship their orders on time. As a result, customer will hedge by placing higher than projected demand on a manufacturer in the hope that they will receive what they need it, and then when product availability is considered satisfactory, cancel the balance of future order. Then false order often result in excess purchase material in inventory and in the pipeline as well as unauthorized capacity. So this says, are you the victim of false order? That is, if I tell you that yeah, I will give you assignment, I will give assignment next day, but I will not fulfill my order. That will not the good thing. So that will not capturing the market. So I lose the market, I lose my students. So that is not the good thing. Then next one is sales per personnel. That is the next cause, how the demand cannot be satisfied with the sales. Sales personnel will not meet their quota for a time period that would accelerate commissions and qualify them for a bonus, and will often have added or change orders placed by a cooperative customer to achieve the quotas. The customer in turn may later cancel, return part of all of the order as well as expect some concessions or other treatment from the salesperson in the future for providing the service. So sometimes the salespersons also or sales personnel who do not meet their quotas also accelerate the commissions and qualify them for a bonus. Then next question arises, do transportation incentives cause demand humps or lumps? So do transportation incentives or incentives also cause the demand lumps or not? Transportation discount incentive for volume order will often cause customers to accumulate orders and then release lumps of demand. After thoroughly examining the impact that this incentive or incentive distortion has on hampering your own supply chain planning capabilities and resultant associated cost, it may be time to examine your fit incentive practice. So this is the next course. This is the next question that arises, that do transportation incentive causes the demand lumps? So if there is a transportation incentive that is available, that also impact the demand lumps or not? Next question is, have you developed partnership based on trust with your customers? That is the next question that also makes the distortion in the supply chain management. That is the bull effect. So with distributors often leery of a manufacturer's ultimate intention, especially with the possibility that distribution will be removed from the sales chain and the manufacturer selling directly to end users, there is no desire to frequently share customer volumes, demand patterns, and inventory positions. On the other hand, this mistrust contributes to demand oscillations, stockouts, higher inventories, and lost sales for the manufacturers and the distribution. Developing a workable and effective solution is essential. So develop a workable and effective solution. So for whatever individual or combination of causes that create the demand, there will be a lump of demand that will exploit the suppliers network, and suppliers network often extended lead time due to the unexpected and the false, that is increase in the demand. Next cause is the bullwhip effect is now traveling the other way, that is down the supply chain, and it may get worse with another bullwhip effect going down the chain again, as longer lead time causes customer replenishment planning system to kick out. So these are the various causes of the bullwhip effect, how bullwhip effect also taken care in the supply chain management. Then these are the various measures of the supply chain or overcoming the bullwhip effect. So essential to minimize the bullwhip effect is to first, that is, it is also essential to hinder the or minimize the bullwhip effect. That is the first priority, especially understand what derives customer demand planning and inventory consumption, as they are the triggers for replenishment order quantity at various points in the supply chain. The most effective process for smoothing out the oscillation of the bullwhip effect will be the customers and the suppliers understanding what drives demand and supply pattern, and then collaboratively working to improve the information quality and compressing cycle time throughout the entire process. So this is one of the opportunity for the customers to first of all understand what is the bullwhip effect and how to minimize this effect, so that there is no demand, there is no supply for the, or there is no lacking of the demand and supply from the customer side, from the supplier side, from the manufacturer side. More than likely, you will find opportunities for improvement by adopting some or of the following actions, among others, to minimize the bullwhip effect and increase the business performance. So, how to overcome the effects? How to overcome the or how to remove the bullwhip effect? Minimize the cycle time in receiving projected and actual demand information. So, minimize the time gap between the projected and the actual demand. Establish the monitoring of actual demand for product to as near as real-time basis. So capture each and everything in a real-time basis. Understand the product demand pattern at each stage of supply chain. Increase the frequency and quality of collaboration through shared demand information. Minimize or eliminate information queues that create information flow delays. Eliminate the inventory replenishment method. So if there is any inventory replenishment method, then eliminate that processes also. Eliminate the incentives for customers that directly cause demand accumulation and order staging prior to a replenishment request. Minimize the incentive promotions that will cause customers to delay the orders. Offer your products at consistently good prices to minimize the buying surges. Identify and preferably eliminate the causes of customers order reduction or cancellations. So these are the various measures that will define how to minimize the bull effect or the bullworm effect. Provides vendor-based inventory, that is a VMI services by collaborative, that is a combined planning inventory management with the customer. So there is a combined planning among the customer, manufacturer and the supplier. So there is a meeting among these, then there is a vendor managed supply management is done. Even the most modern of supply chain systems with all the bells and whistles cannot automatically stop the bullwhip effect. So this is the effect that some percentage is that it has to be taken care of in the supply chain management. There is no modern supply chain management systems that will overcome these effects. It's a demand management process problem with very broad implications, because it often encompasses policies, measurement systems, practices, and in some cases the very core of organization value and belief systems. and its degree of negative impact it on sales, market share, cost, profits can be enormous. Now, how to manage the supply chain? That is the next topic, that is managing the supply chain. So, how to manage means what are the various attributes, what are the various terms that is used for the supply chain or managing the supply chain. So that is a topic that we will discuss in the next class. So that's all for today's session. If there is any doubts, any confusion, you can ask to me. There is no problem. Feel free to ask from me. And in the tomorrow's class, I will be taking the next topic, that is the managing the supply chain. That is how to manage the supply chain. So thanks a lot everyone for listening me. Bye bye everyone.